was calling me by my captive name for years after I changed my name to Yahuda. And I changed my name the first time in 1980. And he refused to call me that. And finally, you know, after some years, he started calling me Yahuda. And, you know, it was after, you know, because he thought the brothers in the land, he told me they was going to get put out back there in 1985, 86. He told me, yes, they're going to put them niggas out. That's what he said. They're going to put them niggas out. You talking about you going to Israel. They're going to put them niggas that's over there out. And I told him, I said, Pops, if they can do that, I'll go back to being what I used to be. I'll get a bag of weed and roll it up. He said, well, you better get it. You better get it and start rolling and smoking it because they're going to put them niggas out. Now, that's what he said to me in 86. And I told him, I said, they ain't going to never put them out because that's not prophesied. I said, them brothers is going to be there. I ain't putting them out. Okay, so in 1991, you know, now the Illuminati Edomite, they see Yahya Rice is on the scene. Now they going to start embracing them brothers in the land. We got some of them brothers in, you know, maybe sisters that's in the room right now. Used to be hooked up with them brothers, the Demona movement. Okay? Around 1991, they started embracing that movement a little bit. You understand? Because now they see Yahya Rice is on the scene as of 86, 87. Okay? And they made little gestures to the Demona movement. And they had some write-ups in the paper. Had an Asiel, this brother in the room right now, you know who I'm talking about, maybe many of you. Had Asiel on TV. You know, Bitter Meat was coming over here, doing things on TV. All right? And one of these magazines here that's owned by a sister, she did a write-up, had Bitter Meat and Asiel on the front in full dress. And this same person, my guy's father, his wife, she was all the way different. She never, you know, she always embraced me. And she called me Yahuda, never no problem. And she used to tell her husband, why don't you call him Yahuda? That's his name now. And he would be irate and say kind of nasty stuff. And so she saw this magazine with Bitter Me and Asiel on the front, and she saved it for me and told her son, my guy, said, tell Yahuda, if he ain't seen this magazine, I got it, I kept it for him. So my man called me, he said, hey man, he said, we was talking, he said, yeah. He said, did you see that magazine with Asiel and Bitter Me on the front? I said, no. He said, well, mother's got it. She saved it for you. And she told me to tell you to come on over there and get it. I said, right on. So I called her. She said, yeah, I got it. You coming? I said, yeah, I'll be over there in a little while. So I go over there and we sitting there, like I said, this is about 91, okay? So we sitting in the kitchen. I came in through the back because I've been knowing this family since 59, okay? So I'm like, well, you know, they had 5 sons. I'm like the 6th one or one of them because, you know, it's a bunch of guys. You know, we all like, you know, our brothers. So I come through the back and she let me up. We sitting in the kitchen talking and she gave me the article. We sitting back there talking. And so after I had been there, I don't know, for maybe about 35, 40 minutes, I said, where Pops? She said, he up there in the front. He up there in the front in the living room. Now, he can hear us. He ain't said a word. You can hear a rat to his own cotton, okay? He ain't said a word. So I said, oh, okay. So we finished talking. So I got ready to leave. So I made, you know, purposely went out the front. Okay, so when I walked up through the living room, he's sitting there quiet. So I said, what's happening, Pops? How you doing, Yahuda? Okay? I said, I'm all right. And so I said, you take care. I left. He just was quiet. You follow what I'm saying? Now that happened, like I said, about 4 years after he said, they're going to put all them niggas out. I told him they ain't putting none of them out. Because that's prophecy. You follow me? And these are the things that I've witnessed over the years that I've experienced, okay? That's how come I know this is right. It ain't no doubt in my mind. I know y'all is the Most High. Ain't no doubt in my mind. So like I said, this is going to happen. It's just a matter of when. And again, we only got about 7 months. And don't have that long for him to get rid of these Edomites. You follow what I'm saying? So just be strong and of good courage. I'm waiting on y'all. I'm sure if not all of you, most of you hopefully are waiting on y'all. And we gonna see. Simple as that. Okay? That's why, again, what does it say? You are far away, huh? acknowledge my might. What does it say? And you who are near, how's it go? You know what I'm talking about. I read it in this session. 33rd chapter, Yeshaya. When he drops this on the Edomites, what does it say? I think it's 33, isn't it? Yeah. Verse 13, hear you that are far off what I have done, and you that are near acknowledge my might. See, because the people have already been told. So many, you know, the elite, they watching. Esau, he's heard the report, he's vexed. You see what I'm saying? And some of y'all, if you got a chance, it's a Frontline special that they aired just this past week. I watched it about 3 times. Y'all have watched it. And it's called Netanyahu's War. Okay, right. Y'all got it. Netanyahu at War. Okay, that's what it's called. It was on Frontline, PBS, Public Broadcasting System. It was on WTTW here in Chicago. But if you got a chance, watch it. It's called Netanyahu at War. And it's talking about how him and Obama butted heads, how they don't have anything for one another. Okay, about Netanyahu coming here and got a bunch of these Republicans, and they had him come to the Congress and speak. You see what I'm saying? If you get a chance, watch it. It's 2 hours long. Netanyahu at war. Okay? And more likely than not, see, Netanyahu, he didn't heard it. He didn't heard the report. That's why, you know, he was adamant about this situation, because what does it show? When Obama came out and said this, you understand, about this situation with Iran and how they're not going to allow the Edomites to attack Iran any kind of way. I'm telling you, watch it. He knows now this is a change, and that comes out. That is said by these ones who, you understand, these moderators who's sitting there, you know, and analyze, these analysts. That comes out, that it's a change now. As of the time Obama came on, you know, into the White House, it's a change, a subtle change, but it's really profound in this, you know, this partnership, so to speak, with the Edomites in the land and the Edomites in America here. But in actuality, it ain't Obama. It's the Illuminati Edomite. Obama ain't nothing but, just like me, he ain't nothing but a mouthpiece. He don't run nothing. You understand what I'm saying? He's sitting there taking orders, and he reading script. He reading what's handed to him. That's all Obama doing. He working for his God. His God, Illuminati Edomite. You know, the House of Rothschild, more likely than not. That's how I see it. You follow what I'm saying? So this is what Netanyahu, this is what him and them Likud and them Zionists, this is what they see. It's a change. See? And that's why I said way back, more likely than not, this is going to happen on Obama's watch. Well, he ain't got but what? This year, that's it, basically, right? That's it. Now, they going to do it on his watch. Y'all going to do it on his watch. Right? You know, what does it say in the 1 chapter of Bondage? Those who took these Edomites to the border have laid a wound up under them that they cannot perceive. What's the wound? The wound is peace. Them Edomites in the land ain't gonna never make peace. Look at all what they doing. You know, they putting a spin on it, coming across their airways, that it's our brothers and sisters, the so-called Palestinians, that's attacking them. Ain't that a joke? Okay, Esau got the tanks, he got the machine guns and the rockets and everything, so-called nuclear missiles and whatever, but it's them attacking them with knives and stones, right? Yeah, that make a whole lot of sense, right? I mean, you know, come on. That's the spin job. See? What's next? All right, Healing His Wings, peace. I have the King James 1611 and reading the additional books in the Apocrypha. Do you consider these books as what we should study? No, I didn't talk about that before. Basically, again, you want to read it, but understand Esau wrote all of that. The only thing that's worthwhile reading in that Apocrypha, if you got one that's, you know, a real one that hasn't been totally tampered with, is the historical data in the first Maccabees, because that's when they let you, you can get the understanding of Daniel 9, verse 26 and 7. Okay? That's how you hook that up, because that's when they tell you, how it was Antiochus, the situation with Antiochus Epiphanes, and then Demetrius the First, the prince that came. You follow me? The one that destroyed the city and the sanctuary with a flood. The one that wrote, that sent the agreement, wrote the letter, but came in the midst of the wheat. That was Demetrius the First. See, that's what the Edomites in their zeal, they let that piece of history out in the first Maccabees. That's the only thing that the Apocrypha was good for. Other than that, you can set fire to it. That, Josephus' Antiquities, I told some people, I had Josephus' Antiquities. You're not supposed to be able to take that out the library. And I took them. Literally took them. It was about 14, 15 volumes. I took them all. I stole them, you could say, but I don't call it stealing, because what I did, I kept them for over a year. I kept them for about 14, 15 months, went through them, saw they wasn't nothing, and then I took them back and put them back. So I just borrowed them for a little while. You know what I'm saying? But see, it's these type of books that don't come in harmony with 51:5 Yeshaya and 46:13. Because these books are what? Not near. And Yah said he was going to bring near his righteousness. He wouldn't be righteous if his word wasn't near everybody on the earth. You understand? Because it'd be people quick that would be saying, I'd have done it, but I couldn't get a copy. You're going to probably have some out there now when this happened. They're going to say, well, Yehuda didn't tell me. Because they're going to want to blame somebody. You follow me? Simple as that. But if you really, if you're looking for the Most High, people will give you a 1611. You follow what I'm saying? Just think about that boy Ruth when he went into that church house down there. He had to ask them Negroes in there, them idol worshipers, will y'all give me about these? They might have given 3 or 4. Somebody will give you a book. You understand? That's how easy it is to get the word of Yah. See? But most people don't want it. They trying to mix with the iron. Huh? Most of these Israelites trying to mix with the iron. Daniel chapter 2. You follow me? That's why you got all these Black Lives Matter. Huh? That's why the new poster boy for the Illuminati Edomites, Skull and Bone Boys, who is he? Ta-Nehisi Coates. He their new poster boy. Run around talking about we supposed to get reparations. For what? Doing wrong? We supposed to get reparations for wounding Yah with an egregious wound, with an incurable wound? That's what we supposed to get reparations for? Turning our back on Yah? Worshipping stocks and stones, committing whoredoms with idols and images? Backsliding constantly? Refusing to obey all the law? That's what we're supposed to get reparations for? That's what Ta-Nehisi Coates is advocating, the new poster boy. Because Jesse Jackson is old, long in the tooth, and been exposed. You understand? Farrakhan, he been exposed. You understand? So they go prop up Ta-Nehisi Coates. All right, what's next? Yosha was told that he would die in peace because he humbled himself when he was given the law, but died violently in battle. I think he was killed and died violently because he disobeyed Yah for helping Assyria, a nation that wasn't out for Yah. Okay, all right. I mean, but again, Yah basically, I hear what you're saying, but you understand, Pharaoh Necho tried to get Yosha to turn away, didn't he? He told him, said, man, I ain't got nothing to do. This ain't got nothing to do with you. Go, in other words, go mind your own business. This don't have anything to do with you. See? But again, Yah did say he was going to take Yoshua away where he wouldn't see all this evil to come on Israel, on Jerusalem, didn't he? And he did that. But you got to point out, hey, okay? Right on, Jeremiah. Okay. Wouldn't that be too late for these Levites who wait till Esau judge to turn to Yah? Wouldn't they be considered rebels and transgressors? Well, they that now, but I don't see at this point any rebellious, stiff-necked, prideful, or stubborn man or woman going back with the movement at this point. But again, you got to factor in Zechariah chapter 3, those first 8 verses, right? These are men wonder that, so they know they're Israel. They're, promulgating that. And, Yah is greatly merciful, but they won't be prideful and arrogant and stubborn then, because they be rebels and transgressors, right? You follow what I'm saying? Sometimes it just takes a little, something to flip a person to turn the light bulb on, So, we're gonna witness it, but like I said, it's something that's close. They just a little off here or there, but some of them who, maybe they're real prideful and arrogant per se. I mean, you know what? The best way for me to answer that, that's why Yah is the king. You know what I'm saying? That's the best way for me to answer. That's why Yah is the most high and I'm not. You not. You know what I'm saying? He gonna deal with it. You know what I'm saying? We just wait and bear witness. And again, we know that the only ones who are actually about Yah gonna make it back to the land with this Jerusalem movement. It's just that simple. So that's why I've said in the past, that's why I said in the November session, those of you who don't have a companion right now, don't worry about that. Just get yourself together. And because just like I was saying about this conversation I had with the sister earlier, her guy called last night, they both called here the other week, arguing and fussing and pointing the fingers, you know what I'm saying? And we had a conversation, and they understood what I said to them. His sister called back, earlier we talked, and I told her, hey, listen, I've been through that. When I listened to them the other week, as I told her, I had flashbacks, okay? You follow what I'm saying? And the deal is, that's why I told them, the best thing for y'all to do is part, okay? And I told the sister, don't deal with another man if you think you and him can possibly get back together. Don't deal with another man, because if you do, if you have intercourse with another man, then you can never go back to him. Now, if you think it's a chance for you and him, then just deal with yourself. Because like I told her, and I've told all of you, you got to deal with what Yah puts on your plate. Just like I did the analogy about my father and my mother. When I was coming up, and I was a little boy, my mother used to put that food on the plate. I didn't like some of them vegetables she put on there, so I wouldn't eat it. And I remember explicitly, she told me a couple of times, now you got to eat that vegetable, and I still didn't eat it. And my father, he wasn't a man of many words. He said, boy, didn't you hear your mother? He said, you let her have to tell you that one more time, and I'm going to give you a whipping, and you still going to have to eat it. All right? These are life lessons. Yah puts things on our plate. We've got to eat them. We've got to look at every time for its time and deal with that time for everything it presents before he allows us to go through that door and go to the next thing. You understand? See, but you got different ones who don't want to deal with different things that Yah puts on their plate. They want to try to get around it. See? And again, I cite you as I did with her, as I've done with all of you, Leviticus 26, 40, 41, 42. You've got to acknowledge your sins and iniquities, the sins and iniquities of our fathers, and we've got to accept of our punishment, whatever that is. But you get different ones don't want to accept of that punishment. The quicker you deal with it, the quicker you can move on to the next thing. See, but those who run from their punishment, you're just exacerbating the situation. Isn't that what we see happen with our forefathers? Isn't that what, in Yeshaya, when it says, Yah had pronounced all this judgment on them, and they said, hey, we're going to eat, we're going to drink, we're going to party, in other words, right? Because tomorrow we're going to die. And what did Yah say? And it came up into my ears that this iniquity would not be purged from you until you were dead. Okay, you say what? Xerxes had the banquet for his princes and servants in the book of Esther. Yeah, they trying to cheer him up, he trying to get cheered up because he been stalemated by the Grecians. What's next? Okay, Yohanan. Oh no, this is Malachi. Okay, the faith is made easy once we study and bear witness to what the prophets have said. That's why we Israel are told by Yah, you are my witnesses. Once we can bear witness to these curses, prophecies, and testimonies, it's easy to have faith. That I agree. But you got to lay yourself bare. You got to open yourself up. You know what I'm saying? You got to make yourself bare. And actually come face to face with yourself, with your insecurities, your weaknesses, as well as your strengths. You got to, do away with your weaknesses and strengthen yourself, and you can only get that from Yah. As David says, right, strengthen me against my infirmities, my weaknesses. But you've got to acknowledge them. The more you refuse to acknowledge them, the worse they get. They don't get any better. And that becomes what? A stumbling block. Okay? Young Israel, Numbers 23:24, Numbers 24:8, it mentions a unicorn is that implant by Esau. Again, that's just, I look at that as a symbolical. That's how I look at that. Just symbolism. And again, we dealing with this language that is here, but I just look at that as symbolism. Okay? What's next? Okay, what if someone isn't an Israelite and they start following our ways, brother? Then that's what they're supposed to do, right? That's how all the people of the earth are going to get blessed through the children of Israel, because they learn how to serve Yah from the children of Israel that are serving Yah. They actually see it in the flesh being carried out, and that's how they learn how to serve. Okay, that's what Yah wants. The elder of the house sets the tone for the house. Again, I direct you to Exodus chapter 4, verse 22. Israel is my son, even my what? What's next? Yeah, okay, but again, unicorn, that's just symbolism. And again, a book that, it's been translated, at least 4 times? Like I said, they don't tell us about the Hebrew Edomite it was written in, right? The Greek, the Latin, the English. Okay? What's next? Huh? Okay, young Israel, you asking me if I've ever been locked up? I've been locked up all my life. We in prison. Like I told this brother who's in the other part of the prison right now, I told him you're just in another part of the prison. Okay, I know what you mean. Yeah, I've been locked up 2-3 times. Not for any long periods of time, but I've seen the inside of a jailhouse more than I'd like to. Okay? But not for any real long length of time. Thank Yah, right? Okay, everybody. As always, it's been a pleasure. Again, it's always our pleasure. Yah bless to all of you who've aided and abet this message going out. And y'all bless all of you who had, you know, the questions that you had, who are reading and studying. All of you, y'all bless all of you who are in the room, and all of you who will hear this message whenever you hear it. I hope that its purpose serves that, you know, it aids and abets, you know, your illumination. You get, you know, more growth and strengthens you, you know, and to have the faith that we've got to have, because again, as we said in the past, when the Jerusalem movement gets to Jerusalem, our main objective is to cleanse Jerusalem of all idolatry. Micah 5, Zechariah chapter 12, chapter 13, we're going to get attacked. And we've got to be strong in Yah with an unequivocal faith. Okay? So with that, all of you have a great month until we do this again. And feel free to call, you know, the numbers that you see on the website. Feel free to call with anything, you know, pay particular attention to where you're calling, the area code, pay particular attention to the time that you're calling. As I said in the, you know, some of those numbers, you know, Uremia, Yedida, Yakoya, they work in jobs. So, you know, if you want, you can call me. This is what I do every day. But please don't call me too late. Because some people call at 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm not going to answer the phone. You can leave a message if you like, but I'm not going to answer the phone at that time. Okay? Generally, it's 9 to 9 in the morning to 9 in the evening. I take calls. Okay? But if you call and I'm not here, you want to talk to me, leave a message. I will return your call. Okay? If you call, don't leave a message, then it's nothing to return, right? So with that, for Yah righteousness, Jerusalem, and the Holy See, God bless everybody. Peace.